discussion today just now about the what happened in the short film regarding jealousy issue. PT Bona, I hope that you can share with me your opinion regarding relationship, because our chapter is all about relationship, right? So anyone that you have any comment on that, your opinions, you want to say something? Yes. All right, guys, you have anything to share? Okay, ada apa yang you can speak in Malay or English. When you're looking at or watching at that, it could be short film or something like apa ni kan filem pendek itu tadi. What is your perception? What is your opinion? The guy, maybe he's talking with his, I don't know, rather couple, wife. We don't have any, we don't know the actual issues, but we know the scenario. We know what is the issues all about. Yeah. So from your personal understanding, anyone? Yeah.
Saya rasa the guy is fighting with his inner self. Dia macam buatkan dia overthinking. And bila dia tak dapat yang communicate dengan dia punya partner tu, dia jadi macam ada timbul trust issue dekat situ. Sebab kita tak tahu pun padahal perempuan tu dia tak ada sesiapa pun. Tapi sebab dia punya, bila ada trust issue tu, dia macam reflect kat diri dia sendiri. Sebab sedangkan dia pun curang, ada 2 wanita, dan dia rasa benda tu reflect dekat partner dia juga. Partner dia pun curang dengan dia. So at the end dekat situ dia jadi cemburu tak bertempat, cemburu buta.
Oh, that's very, very, very interesting. I think this is very, we can understand from your, it could be your sharing section or your opinion. You managed to share with us your opinion. But then who's the another guys yang ada di samping itu? Siapa yang we realize that this guy somehow he have his own thought and perception. Meanwhile, there is another person that advising him, giving advice. Siapa tu sebenarnya? Perasan tak ada satu lagi muka wajah yang muncul, yang duduk sambil, you know, the guy is giving him advice, opinion. Siapa seorang lagi tu? Anyone you want to try? Did you come across with this in your life? It could be when you have problems, things that you have any problem with your relationship with anyone else, right? So it could be someone that you are in that kind of situation, and you keep on listening. It could be from, bukannya daripada your colleagues or friends, but somehow ada somebody yang macam, ataupun satu bisikan-bisikan. Ya. Pernah tak berlaku?
Pernah sir.
Yeah, so maybe Rina boleh beri pandangan, what is your experience, how do this thing happen, you have any opinion? Atau sesiapa?
Pernah sir, dia macam another inner voice dalam badan kita.
Inner voice, exactly, yeah, that's true.
Yang macam, macam mana cakap, dia macam contohlah, kita rasa macam benda tu tak perlu buat, tapi macam ada bisikan-bisikan yang dalam diri kita tu cakap, kau kena buat, you have to do it. Sebab sebab tu lah.
Yeah, that's great. So in another, I think this is very interesting. Ilya, she shared something. She said it's about, in bahasa Melayu kita selalu sebut ini sebagai monolog dalaman lah. Monolog dalaman ni maknanya ada satu kata-kata ataupun perasaan yang memberi pandangan atau mengarahkan, ya. Kita bila we in that stage, it could be you are very very angry or you feel disappointed, sangat kecewa. Ia akan adalah perasaan-perasaan marah, emosi itu yang sebenarnya kadang-kadang dia mendorong. Let's say you did something, benda-benda yang it could be negative, benda-benda yang abnormal, or things like it's not really positive, it's going to be worse. Maybe your relation with your friends, could be your colleagues, dia sebenarnya dia tidak berakhir dengan a positive achievement, right? It's going to be very very negative, and you break dengan dia ke, things like that. Tapi after few years, few months, you feel that, oh, this is very wrong, I shouldn't do this. Kenapa aku tergesa-gesa? Why I'm doing this? Kenapa saya tak ambil masa? Macam mana saya nak balik semula, nak pulihkan? We are learning a lot of things, in a relationship. This is another very interesting short film, which is kita melihat bagaimanakah perasaan itu timbul, dalam keadaan kita tidak berfikir secara rasional, Banyaklah selalu berlaku dalam hubungan. Kadang-kadang manusia ni dia, because when you go through the theoretical aspect, it could be syllabus chapter. It's not only regarding how to score a paper, isn't it? Going to score for A or B, I'm talking about the grade. But it's also about what is the level of knowledge, what is the understanding of the knowledge, what can we learn from that syllabus, that chapter, and what can we improve, how do we going to improve in our life, isn't it? It's all about improving and also using that method. So in life, I hope that we can learn a lot of things. It's not only from the scholar's opinion, it's also from our experience. Our experience is very very I tell you, is very interesting, and we can learn a lot of things from our mistake make us, you should make sure that the mistake itself make us perfect, because people are learning from failure, see? So you cannot what you can do in life is improve, so this is all about life. So anything else you want to share about the chapter, syllabus, opinion, anything to do with this? Anyone?
Sir,
Yeah,
ni ada baca chapter conflict.
that's great.
Lepas tu ada 3 types conflict kan. Lepas tu saya nak kenalkan ego conflict.
That's very interesting. Yeah, please.
Saya ada pengalaman, saya dengan kawan saya, dia jenis yang macam dia ego dia memang tinggi sangat. And
Alright.
then saya yang selalu mengalah untuk dia, sebab kita tahu yang kita tak boleh nak ubah orang punya attitude, sebab kalau itu dia, itulah dia yang akan ubah diri dia sendiri. So saya nak tanya macam mana nak atasi benda macam ni, sebab saya ada baca tadi dia kata use I message rather than you message. So maksudnya macam mana tu saya nak memulihkan persahabatan saya dengan kawan saya.
Alright, it's very interesting. It's about your, it could be understanding, macam mana you cuba sampaikan, satu sikap ego yang menebal dalam diri setiap manusia. As a human being, we have that kind of it could be, it's all about our based on our parenting skills, our school of thought. Kita sebenarnya dipengaruhi daripada persekitaran, mungkin pembawaan keibubapaan, ataupun in term of parenting skill, ataupun kawan-kawan rakan sebaya dan sebagainya. So we are learning from that, and we try to maintain, it could be the behavior, attitude, understandings, the norms and culture, right? So that make us sometimes kita ada ego, right? Then when we are talking about ego, kadang-kala ego ini sendiri dia terperangkap dengan sesuatu scenario and the situation itself, right? Depends on the issues, right? Some people they practice ego to make sure that they can it could be there's a reason why they're doing that. Yeah. Let's say kalau macam you dalam konteks kawan, kawan you banyak mengalah, ya. Because kenapa you banyak mengalah? Sebab you ada satu sifat-sifat yang disebutnya mungkin you punya hati tu lembut, and then you punya disebutnya parenting skill, ya, bagaimana budaya-budaya yang diterapkan, nilai-nilai budaya, give and take, tolerate, ya, bukan ethnocentrism, bukan egocentrism, isn't it? So dan juga mungkin you ada ilmu-ilmu berkaitan dengan agama yang agak tinggi, ya, walaupun kita tak perfect, ya, tapi you ada mungkin dekatkan diri dengan Al-Quran, ya, kerohanian. So things like that sebenarnya you selalu dengar firman Allah, you selalu dengar pesan Nabi, sunnah Nabi, dan benda-benda itu apa kaitan dengan hubungan dan keegoan ini, dia bergantung kepada bagaimana orang itu dekat dengan konsep ketuhanan. Okay, itu kalau you masuk tentang religions. Kalau dia jauh daripada konsep ketuhanan, maka dia jauhlah dari segi konsep kemanusiaan. Kemudiannya dari segi konsep hubungan antara manusia, ya, hubungan antara Tuhan, itu satu isu. Jadi walaupun mungkin you tidaklah hafiz ke tafiz ke apa, tetapi you faham sedikit sebanyak wal imah satu ayat wajib you amalkan atau you sampaikan. So things benda sedikit tetapi dia masuk lekat dalam kepala dan hati dan jiwa you. Sebab tu you sanggup redha, pasrah dan you boleh terima. Tapi satu pihak lagi dia merasakan diri dia I'm the best among the best. Aku ada kuasa, monopoli, aku dominan, dan aku lebih tahu daripada dia. So things like that. Ada banyak benda, situasi dan keadaan lah. Kadang-kadang dia berlaku begitu sebab itu. Dan kalau kita melihat satu lagi soalan yang menarik adalah berkaitan dengan I atau you itu sendiri pun. Tapi kalau kita sebut people oriented dengan self oriented, ya, maknanya kita nak melestarikan visible, ya, diri kita dengan panggilan, ya, satu kata nama. Contohnya kalau you tengok kalau you tengok dalam organisation, it could be any federal, state, local government, GLCs company, any institution. If there is a boss, when the boss he chair the meeting, it could be he try to it could be communicate, or else there is a meeting with their employees and subordinate, or else with the top gun, yeah, management. You are looking at his keywords. If he's always use that, it could be I'm the one who did this. I think I'm the boss. You have to listen. You have to respect me because I'm the one who decide this, and I'm the shareholders here, things like that, you know. Tapi kalau dia use another terms, which is, I tell you guys, we as a team, because of us, because of our teamwork, we achieve the glory. Our performance is really awesome. We are the one who decide to it could be improve our in terms of remaining or sustaining our margin, or else our in terms of profit making. So the keywords itself sebenarnya, even though as a leader is talking to his it could be employees or supervisor or senior managers, right? So in the particular or in any organization, so that make the listener, or else the board, it could be the meeting, the committee itself, they feel appreciate, and they feel that the boss is really talking as a family in that particular organization, rather than is keep on talking he's the best. Kalau you tengok even siapa nama dia, I forgot his name, Tesla CEO, ya, apa nama dia, yang Tony Fernandez, contohlah. Now everyone
Elon
can
Musk.
come again.
Elon Musk.
Tak boleh ulang kuat sikit.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk Elon Musk.
Hmm.
MASK belakang tu kan Elon Musk. Yeah. Elon Musk. Okay, he's a very great. You boleh tengok is it could be you can access to his YouTube. Yeah, is very he have his own towering personality. Is very very dia memang trending lah. Lagi satu is a good leader. Yeah, he's very humble man. He's really humble man. So back to your question is about how to make sure this. Yeah. Orang ego ni dia rugilah, ya. Dia tak mampu. Tapi that kind of egoistic attitude memang ada dalam diri kita semualah. Even though macam Diana, Mat Sarah dan kawan-kawan lain, walaupun Diana tak ada ego yang begitu, tetapi ada sedikit sebanyak. Memang akan ada. Tetapi dia tidak selalu. Ego itu kadang-kadang dia muncul. When is that scenario happen is it could be masa you tengah marah, sangat-sangat marah, or else you feel that you cannot accept the decision, or you disagree with someone, yeah, or something that you rasa unfair for you. So that moment datanglah ego-ego itu, yeah. So apa pun bagi saya, we should learn from the lesson, and we should improve, yeah, and make sure that sebenarnya saya yakin dan percaya all of us we learn a lot of thing about how to handle our, it could be temper, yeah, because in relation there is something to do with that variable, yeah, our temper, our it could be our negative thought, yeah, will make us it could be we're going to be a loser, failure, right? Dia tidak membantu dalam semua keadaan lah, yeah? It could be in anything that you are doing in your life. You want to further study, you want to it could be you want to choose a right post, position, job for you, you want to get married, yeah, it could be anything in your life. Semua itu dia bergantung kepada apa yang you fikir, bagaimana you fikir dan bagaimana you atasi. Alright? But I'm proud of you. I really appreciate Diana. I rasa Diana Maisara ke?
Yes.
Yang cerita tentang. So mungkin Diana boleh jugalah cerita sedikit apakah sebenarnya menyebabkan anda, adakah betul saya sebut tadi antaranya yang mana kenapa anda boleh menjadi antara manusia yang you can it could be settle down and you can be very humble, you tak melawan. Adakah itu sifat sebenarnya you ada tak ego dalam diri you sendiri tetapi you sebenarnya pendam? Actually what's going on to you?
Saya semua orang ada ego, tapi saya fikir saya tak tahu lah, saya tak boleh marah orang nanti saya nangis.
Alright, that's very interesting. Tapi orang macam you memang saya pernah jumpa, memang adalah, bukan tak ada pun, ya. Ada beberapa manusia atau individu, insan-insan yang dia memang tak boleh, dia sensitif, ya. Kalau dia dimarahi atau dia orang marah dia dan sebagainya, atau dia pun marah orang, dia sendiri pun akan menangis di akhir itu. Tapi whatever is depends on your, it could be willpower, your it could be culture, cultural aspect, things like that, ya. Mungkin dia bergantung lah. Tapi apa pun, ini adalah satu nilai-nilai, ya, yang ada dalam setiap individu. You have a great point, I appreciate that. I think maybe other friends, kawan-kawan lain ada pandangan yang boleh memberi lebih impactful, lebih reasonable, lebih significant. Maybe you have very very interesting, you have good idea. You nak share ke tentang Diana Maisara punya pandangan tadi?